Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael and today I'm going to be sharing with you another one of my vinaigrettes. I love a good salad and I know you probably do as well. And a lot of the vinaigrettes and things that you find in the stores have a lot of preservatives in them and things that you can't even pronounce when you're reading the label on them. So it's always nice to make it for home and you can control what you put in it because you made it. All right, so let's get started with our recipe. And I've already minced up 2 of my shallots and I've got one more here. The recipe calls for 3 small shallots, so that's about the size of the shallots that I've got here. And I just wanted to kind of show you how to mince these up. You want these really fine, how we mince these up, because we're going to be putting these into our salads, into marinades, whatever you want to use it for. So just kind of give it just a rough chop to start out with. And then I take my knife and grip it right above where the back of the blade is here, and I just do a rocking motion with it where I've got my hand on the top of it, and we just want to go in and rock, and that way we get a good mince on our shallots. All right, I'm going to continue to do this and I'll be back in a minute and we'll move on putting our ingredients together for our vinaigrette. All right, I've got my shallot minced up now, so I've got the 1 here and I've got 2 in this bowl, so I'm just going to use my bench scraper and I'm just going to pick those up and put those all together. What we're going to do now is we're going to add all of our ingredients into our jar. So I've got a pint mason jar here. This is a wide mouth and you can use anything that you've got. Your regular mouth works just as fine. And I've got a little bit of a funnel here. It just kind of makes it just a little bit easier to get everything into it and you're adding your ingredients. So here's my 3 finely chopped shallots. Let's go ahead and put those in. All right, now that we've got our shallots in our jar, we're going to go ahead with our next ingredient. And I've got the zest of 1 lemon. If you haven't checked out how to zest a lemon, or if you've never zested one before, I've got several videos on my channel. I'll put those links in the description box so you can check those out. So the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of our zested lemon. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that in. And then it calls for 3 tablespoons of our lemon juice. And this is a fairly good sized lemon that I've got here. So depending on what size lemon you got, this was just about 3 tablespoons. It was a little bit more left in it. So you can use it for something else if you need to, or just go ahead and add it into it. If you like a little bit more of that zest to it, you can. But this size of lemon here yielded me about 3 tablespoons of my lemon juice. So we're going to go ahead and add that into our jar. Now I've got a little bit sweetener here. You can leave this in if you want to, or you can add more. Once you taste it, you can add more sweetener to it or leave it out altogether. This is a 1/2 tablespoon of just sugar. We're going to add that into our mixture. Now I've got 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. Just pick up any of the vinegars that you like. The rice wine here, this is the brand that I've got here, but you can definitely use whatever kind you've got. This is 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. And lastly, I've got 2/3 of a cup of good virgin olive oil. You definitely don't want to skimp on this because you're going to be using it in your salads and in your marinades, and you want a good olive oil for this vinaigrette. So let's go ahead and add that in. All right, I've got all of my ingredients in my jar now. This is a pint jar and this yields about a cup, but I did use the pint jar. If you got a 1/2 one, you can do that also. I just wanted to use this so I can have something to shake it up when we get ready to blend it together. So just put on a lid. This is just a plastic cap that I've got here for the wide mouth mason jars. If you've got one of the metal rings and the bands, you can definitely do one of those. That works just as fine. And let's just give this a mix together. Now this we're going to taste and see how much salt and pepper we want to put into it. So I'm going to give this a test. I've got a clean spoon here, so let's give this a taste and see what we want to do with our salt and our pepper. That is really good on its own. I'm going to put just a pinch of my salt in here and a pinch of pepper. I might come back with just another pinch of salt. Definitely you can put as much of this in there as you want suit to taste, and we'll go ahead and give this another mix through. And there we go. You have your shallot vinaigrette. This is great on salads. You can use this to marinate chicken with. You can use it for any number of things. It would be great on a baked potato as a dressing on that. So definitely try out this shallot vinaigrette. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a shallot vinaigrette dressing and what your thoughts are on that. And if you've never made one and you make this, I'd love to hear from and how yours turned out. If you like this content, maybe you might consider giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And check out one of these other 2 videos over here. You might find something else you like. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Try this shallot vinaigrette. I know you're going to love it. Bye-bye now.